Meet Warren, who is shy, cuddly, and playful. Hypaxia, also known as Mama, is wiggly, loving, and fun. We have a surprise to tell you about Pebbles. ACAPL dogs get more socialization. The ACAPL gets a facelift. Sweet kitties are here, and Dog Alley. Yeah, it's pick your next pet at the ACAPL.
Down.
Warren here is not a ventriloquist. There's another dog in our midst.
Welcome in, everybody. So, first dog I have for you today is Roran, R-O-R-A-N. And he is a sweet younger boy. He was part of a humane case, so he comes from some pretty rough conditions. He was very skinny when he first got here. But luckily we've put a couple of pounds on him. He's looking really good and he's really coming out of his shell. He is still a little shy around strangers, but if you give him his time, he eventually does want to be friends with you. And then if you give him even more time and he really warms up to you, you'll get to see some zoomies and playfulness and cuddles and everything. He definitely seems to like other dogs, especially when they're closer to his size that he can actually play with. Oh, he gets really excited. So definitely a home with another dog, especially to kind of help him build his confidence, would be great.
Well, we saw him with the dog over there.
Yeah.
They seemed to get along okay.
He was definitely interested, but the puppy was going a little bit too crazy for him. I could definitely see him in a home with kids. I would probably suggest older kids just because of how shy he is now. But I really think once he warms up, he'll be open to pretty much anybody. So if you're interested, I know he has the cute Roddy look. So I feel like there's going to be people out there super interested in him. He became available a little bit recently. I kind of thought he'd be out of here super quick, but he's still here. So somebody better come snatch him up. Come here. Not so sure about that, huh? You go meet the puppy?
Go see the puppy. He's making my sound bar go back and forth. There's the dude making all the noise. Did you whack yourself in the face?
I almost did. It was scary.
That would have been good to get on video. You could have done slow motion then at the end there.
Maybe that just go viral. Come here. Oh, crazy. So this dog's full legal name. It's okay. You're okay. Her full legal name is Hypaxia, which is a difficult one for some people, so we also call her Mama. If any of you remember us talking about there was a humane seizure case revolving around the murder that we took, or some big crime that we ended up taking in the 10 dogs from. She's from this case. So she came in with her 5 puppies, and I was already telling Bob that as soon as they came in, she pretty much showed no interest in really, like, she'd be around the puppies, but she wasn't nursing. She didn't really do anything with them. They were doing their own thing at that point. So we went ahead and separated them. We sent all the... What?
She's translating it for any dogs that are watching.
Yeah. We went ahead and set the puppies. Come here. Come here. It's okay. Hey. Baby girl. Mama. Sit. You're okay. It's okay. Okay.
As we were saying.
We went ahead and set the puppies into foster, and they have been excellent ever since. Apparently they did really well in their foster homes. Mama stayed here with us at the shelter. She's been on court hold for a long time, but she is finally available. So you'll have to excuse her if she's a little bit shy. They were not kept in the nicest conditions. There were 2 of them that were just kept solely in crates, like never left their crates. It was very gross. Mama wasn't too bad off because she had the puppies, and I think the people were planning on selling the puppies. They kept her a little bit neater, but I will say when they got to us, all of the puppies had somehow walked through paint. So that was fun. And then we also have who we have deemed Papa, which I think his name is Syrinx. His legal name is Syrinx, but we call him Papa, who we believe to be the dad of all the puppies too. So Mama and Papa still get to hang out, get together, but they are fixed now, so no more puppies for them. So they're both ready to go. They're super sweet. Mama here especially just has the cutest butt wiggles. When she likes you and likes to be around you and does her zoomies, it is the cutest thing ever. Like, I love it. Her tail is a little whip. She will hit you with that with no remorse. I would say good with other dogs. She seems very interested. I think she'd prefer to be with a male. From what I can tell, she likes the males better than the females. But I think either way, we'd be willing to give it a chance. So if you're looking for just a sweetie pie who's young, who kind of had a rough start to life, she's going to be a good one for you. As far as kids, I would also say older kids for her, only because, again, she's a little bit shy. But when she comes around, an absolute sweetheart.
Have you considered having her on one of those TV shows where at the end you find out if it's the father or not her?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. It's true. We got one puppy that doesn't look like the rest, so who knows what was going on there.
Oh, I know, I can speak that language. Whoa, I can't go that fast. I'll get dizzy.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Look at those zoomies. Look at those ones. Hot runs. Come on up. Can you get up? Can you even do it? Can you even do it? Oh, but it's just Bob. He's nice. He's nice, I promise. Oh, what's he doing? Is he looking at you?
So this is the mom of the dog that was making all the noise in the first video.
Yes, it is. That's why we call her Mama.
Now, so she might be a nice dog, but she hasn't trained her son that well.
Do you know how to say it?
Is everybody taking this down?
What? So this little miss is Pebbles, and she would actually be considered a special needs dog. You may not know it by just looking at her, watching her for a few minutes here, but she is actually completely deaf.
Oh.
Like, she will not hear you. She can sleep through every single barking dog here. So it doesn't change much how we do things here because, you know, usually they know our routine and it's not too hard to get her attention when we need to get her out or go do anything. But there have definitely been times that she is dead asleep and, you know, we're like trying to say hi to her. All the dogs are barking. We're shaking the kennel door and there's just nothing. She just stays asleep. So she's been a special one. She's been a special one. So when she came in, she was not doing so hot. She was pretty sick. She was pooping rocks, so we knew she had been eating like gravel. And thankfully, that did pass. She was even to the point like she wasn't really eating. When she did eat, she vomited. So we were really glad when that all passed. She eats normal, poops normal, everything's good now. Another interesting thing about her, so not only is she deaf, but it seems that her previous owner may have worked with her with a laser pointer, which laser pointers are a great tool for cats, a great toy and training tool for cats. They like it and it doesn't ever seem to affect their psyche, but with dogs, it can lead to basically what we consider OCD. So she is very obsessive about spots of light. So if it were a sunny day and there was light coming through the trees, as the shadows move, she will bite at it. So that leads to her like biting at grass or biting at sand or biting at concrete. Like she's just going at it because she thinks there's something there to get. So our assumption is that in her previous home, somebody used a laser pointer to get her attention or tell her where to go or something like that. That was a form of communication for them. And that's just not the way to go for dogs. There are tons of resources online about how to manage your home with a deaf dog. There are dogs that, you know, become deaf with age, and there's things you do for that. And then there are ones like her who may have been born deaf. So a lot of solid white dogs can have hearing issues. She happens to be one of those. Even though she's not solid white, she definitely has a lot going on that way. So if you're interested in a special needs dog, she is definitely one that we have here. She loves other dogs. Let me tell you, she is excellent at the introduction part. She's really good about keeping calm enough to meet a new dog and play. I think another dog in the home would really, really help her because she's gonna need to learn how to be a normal dog and live a normal life in your home. So if you already have a dog, even better. I don't really have any concerns with her with kids as long as your kids know what her limitations are. When it comes to when she's asleep, you know, startling her, anything like that, we have not seen anything negative here. She just perks right up and is like, oh, okay, let's go. You know,
She doesn't like lash out and bite or anything.
No, nothing like that. But it would be something to just warn children about if you're around kids. Hey, by the way, she can't hear you, so she's not going to hear when you yell at her. She's not going to hear you call her name and tell her to come. So you're going to have to figure out another way to get her attention and teach her certain commands. You're going to definitely have to use hand gestures. If you ever watch me do commands here, I do tend to use hand gestures or just use a treat and lure them to do the thing that I want them to do. I recommend that to everybody, just in general, but definitely for a deaf dog. So if you're willing to take on a little bit of a challenge, and like I said, there's tons of resources online. We can even supply you with some. We have a couple staff members that have experience with deaf dogs. I think she's 100% worth it. She is an absolute sweetheart.
She's a coming out party. Like those society girls in the 1890s. Oh, we got the wind. Pebbles, do you like wind? Oh, the story she could tell.
she could talk. Sit. Oh, yes. Almost. You're almost doing it.
There we
Here's
go.
a good girl. Hold on, I got one. That's it. That's all she needed.
So it's time for Ask Ashley
And Pebbles, apparently.
and Pebbles. And so I'm here for about 10 minutes, and I noticed you have a whole new area, 2 new areas for dogs to run around in. You got the big one we've had for a long time. You got 2 smaller ones. So how'd that all happen?
So, we actually were given a grant to build more play yards. And the purpose of the grant and the more play yards was to encourage group play, which is super essential to shelter life. And I can get more into that in a second, but we got the grant for it. And one of our volunteers, Jim, and his wife, Pam, yes, just like The Office, we love it. Jim and Pam put a ton of work in to get this up really quickly.
Because 2 weeks ago, I didn't see anything here.
Right, so we have 2 more play yards. We happen to already have the extra dog houses and everything, and they have a gate on each of those 2 little play yards. And then on top of that, they have like there's a little common space that kind of connects the 2 with another gate. So it's really nice. The goal of that would be that you'd put 1 dog in each play yard, see how they do between the fence, and then it's a really quick, easy way to get one into the other. You can leave 2 of the gates open, keep the 1 closed, so they are still all contained, but 2 separate spaces to play if they want. And then hopefully the dogs can play together. And the goal is to get even more than 2. Actually, just today, we did a play group with 4 dogs, and they all wore themselves out. So group play is really important in the shelter setting because all these dogs see each other all day long.
Right.
But it's all between fences, or they're in their kennel and they have to watch all these dogs walk by that are going out and getting walks.
And anybody that has a dog on a leash, you know, oh, there's another dog coming, so you got to
Yep.
go the other way or
Yep.
go around the parking lot.
Because you don't want them
You
to
don't-
meet in
and
unforeseen circumstances. Right. So group play is super essential. Dogs are social beings. For the most part, they want to play and run with other dogs, their own species, you know. So we're really trying to incorporate more of that in our daily routine. It's very hard because we have a lot of dogs right now, so it takes a lot of staff and hours to make sure everyone is just clean, feted, and medded. That's how I word it. So we
Very
make sure everybody has the basic necessities, and then whatever extra time we have, we get them out here, especially because majority of our shelter population is really young. We have as young as like 3 months in the shelter right now. Majority of ours are then under a year or a year to 2 years, and then we have a few older, but that age is so essential to a dog's development that we don't want them to develop a fear or a dislike of other dogs because
Right.
they can't get to them.
Right.
The frustration builds. We want them to be able to play with other dogs and have fun. So we're desperately working on it. We would love it if we could get some volunteers that want to help us out with that, because we can kind of teach you the basics of introducing dogs, seeing if they get along.
I see. Not building more of these, but babysitting the
On
dogs.
the playgroup part, yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's also why this goes back to why I like to do the group walks. It is the same concept of,
Yeah, right.
of these dogs that see each other every day but don't actually get to interact. It's super great for them to be able to do that. So we are super thankful to, I don't know who got the grant from, but whoever gave us that grant, and Jim and Pam for doing a lot of the work building, and our maintenance man Arnie, he helped them out a lot too. Yeah, we've already put it to good use, so we're very happy. This little miss is Acadia, like Acadia National Park, and she is easily our most playful kitty here. She is a super sweetheart. She did come in with another cat, so I have no hesitations sending her to a home with another cat. She is the best little playmate because even when she plays, she like never actually puts out her claws. She just bats at you with her paw. No claws though. She is a youngin', I would say maybe only about a year old at this point. But she's a little on the thin side, so we've actually had her on kitten food since she got here. And we were a little bit sad because she got here, she was sick. So we had her on meds, then she made it to the living room and she was feeling good and she was, you know, being all playful, and then, kitty. And then she got sick again, so she had to go back to quarantine, hang out for a little bit longer, take her medis. But now she is happy, healthy, she's fixed, she's ready to go. She's super duper sweet and playful. If you're thinking about getting a kitten, but maybe you're like, I don't really want a kitten, she's the one, because she's young and sweet, but not necessarily a baby. What do you think? I got you, buddy. So this big man is Ari. He's a little bit on the older side. I don't remember what exactly we aged him at, but I know he's not a kid. He's definitely younger. He is actually from a humane case. He came to us with Roarin, that dog we met earlier, the Rottweiler. So him and Roarin were together in that apartment with there wasn't even a bag of cat food anywhere in this apartment when they got abandoned. So he didn't eat for like a week unless he hunted things. But they made it, and they made it here. And he really is a sweetheart. The only thing we've learned about him so far is that he doesn't really like being picked up. So when he's here, he stays in here. We don't, pick him up and bug him and take him anywhere because he don't like that. He's a bigger boy. Some big cats just don't like to be manhandled, which is fine. But as you can see, otherwise, very, very loving. And I think in a home, he's going to come out of his shell even more. So if there's anyone out there that's willing to take one of our adult kitties and wants someone super sweet and loving, and I'll let you in on a little secret, I prefer male cats. I'm just going to say it. I prefer male cats. For the most part, I think they're a little bit more sweet and loving. But
well, what about the mother cats?
But the mother cats who have had babies are awesome too. But from like before I worked here, I always preferred male cats. So that's what I would get. So I would adopt you, Ari, if I could. If I could. So someone come scoop him up.
Got it.
Look at this beautiful new floor in our cat room. All right. So another thing I wanted to talk about really quick is I wanted to give a huge shout out to Ineos, which is a very big chemical company here in Ashtabula if you've never heard of them. They have chosen the Ashtabula County APL as their yearly community project, which basically just means that the company donates a ton of money and the employees and the board put in a ton of work to get donations from all kinds of businesses all over the county and put it all here. So we are super duper excited. There are going to be a lot of changes coming here. The floor here in the cat room is the first on the list of many things they're going to do. They also repainted the floors in what was our break room and is now going to be a volunteer space. They're going to do new paint, I think pretty much everywhere except maybe in the dog kennels, which I think they would do that. It's just that we don't have anywhere for the dogs to go while the paint dries, They're doing a ton of cool stuff. They got us a new refrigerator, a full-size refrigerator. They got us new vanities for our bathroom. This is all just by them reaching out to places, and then they themselves have a budget. We're getting new lights. Our floors up front are getting deep cleaned. Then the front's getting renovations, getting some new furniture. It's going to be a lot more, more inviting up there instead of that big wooden thing right up front and no more plexiglass in between us, anything like that, which that could have come down a long time ago. But, we're just going to do it all at once. And we're going to have a lot of new, beautiful spaces. And it's really great because now, especially with these floors being nice, we'll actually be able to see when they're dirty and clean because we can tell the difference between what's, kitty litter that's fallen on the floor and what's just a chip on the ground. there are no chips. This is fresh paint. It's beautiful. So it's going to be gleaned every single day. And I'm really excited. So I just wanted to personally give a shout out, and I know everybody here is super duper thankful to INEOS for supporting us and choosing us for their community project this year.
a dog and I'm never blue. I'm a walking the dog. I ain't thinking about you. Don't need no one to tie me down. I'm a walking the dog and a painting the town. Such an easy life I never knew until the day